Hi everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel. We are, as always, your hosts Arne and Carlos, and today we are going to talk about Freya. Not the dog, but the cardigan.
The cardigan, this one.
And we're going to answer a few questions that people had when we posted the original Freya knitted flat versus knitted in the round, which you can probably see appearing above my head at the moment.
Yes. But first, Carlos.
But first and
the
foremost,
important things.
We need to get over the formalities, and I'm going to do them as well, and then I'm going to let Arne talk. The formalities are as follows. If you like the episode, give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Arne and Carlos family grows and grows every day, and we would really love you to be one of our subscribers. And finally, turn on the notifications. That way you will never miss an episode on our channel. We usually post on Sundays at 6 p.m. Central European Time, which is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time in North America. However, sometimes we may post on a Saturday or on a Friday. So by turning on the notifications, you will never miss out.
Yes. So we had some questions after we did the Freya video, and it was like people ask, why don't we add an extra stitch? Was it like extra stitch in the front or in the back?
Yeah,
if you want to stick something?
Let's go back a little bit. So the thing was, we did a video. For those of you that didn't see the video, could you explain the video we did?
Yeah, we have this cardigan, Freya, the Freya cardigan, and people ask us, why isn't it knitted on the round since we're from Norway? So the pattern is made in England, so that's why it's the English style and it's knitted in pieces. But we try to explain how you can easily make it into a piece that is knitted on the round.
Yeah, and then in the comments, a lot of people were writing that we had not written anything about adding stitches that they had heard or they had learned that when you're going to convert a flat cardigan to a cardigan knitted on the round, you have to add lots of other stitches, and so we wanted to respond to that comment in a YouTube video so that people can learn more about converting patterns from the flat to the round.
And like the way we do it is that we, like if we make this one and we will knit it on the round, we just cast on the stitches. That is the total for the front and the back, and as long as that number of stitches matches 2 knit and 2 purl, it's fine. You do the rib with 2 knit and 2 purl, but then when you finish the rib, you add 1 stitch in front and back just to balance the pattern, and that means that you check on the diagram. So you, for example, you have that this pattern, the center stitch of this pattern is in the center of the front and also in the center of the back, and then you just knit on the round. And when you look at this old sweater, this one is not balanced. This is something we bought in the flea market, and you see, if you made this yourself, you will actually move this cross, so that will be in the center, and also in the same in the back, you will have the cross a little bit this way to put it in the center, because that looks better. And then you will have something happening in the side. This is knitted in pieces and sewn together, but you will anyway have something happening here. And that is not a problem, because sometimes you can't just add a whole report on each in each side or in each size, because then it will be wrong. So just follow the pattern and balance the follow the pattern and balance the diagram or the motif. That's the right word, the motif.
Yes.
But if you look at this sweater, when it lies flat, it's the same back and forth. There's no difference, because when you stick it and you sew in the sleeve, you don't lose much. But if you're afraid of losing something, just try it on and see, and you can add some extra piece of the pattern, or you add more to the rib. And also, when people say they want an extra stitch because they're sticking, but remember, when you stick, you're adding a placket. So when you cut this open, you sew on a piece, and then you will have more volume anyway.
Shh.
So there's no reason. Oi, oi.
Moose, moose, moose.
Freya, I'm trying to explain something. What happened? She had it with the steeking.
Yeah, she's had it with the steeking.
Don't steek my sweater, she said.
Freya!
So remember, when you steek the garment, you are adding a placket. So say, like, if this is the placket that will be sewn on, you are adding a little bit extra.
Actually, you're not adding only one placket. You're adding
two plackets.
And they're going to overlap.
And they're overlapping. So there will be some extra. So you don't have to think about adding one stitch, because you get more than one when you put on the placket. And remember, most people, both men and women, they pull more over the chest than over the back. So it's fine. And there was another question. Why didn't we add stitches for the neckline in the back?
I think it was referring to short rows.
Yeah, but
to shape the collar.
But this is steeking. It's knitted on the round. So you're not adding anything, because you are shaping the curve later and you're sewing it with a zigzag and you're cutting it out.
So you're shaping the curve with a scissor instead of with short rows.
Yeah, so if you do short row, you're going to cut it out anyway. So that's a waste of yarn and waste of time. But we have a video on steeking. So if you want to see more of the steeking.
Actually, it's a series of 4 episodes.
Yeah. So you can look at that if you want to see more.
Yeah, I want to add...
Don't think about the extra stitch anywhere. It's only if you need to balance the pattern, you add 1 stitch in front and 1 in back.
Yeah, and then forget about adding other stitches. I just want to add a final thing to what Arne says. Remember, we're talking about knitwear and knitting, and knits are elastic. This is a fabric that stretches in all directions. So a stitch more or less, or 2 stitches or 3 stitches more or less really don't make a big difference when you're going to steek a sweater. So on this note, make it easy for you.
Don't make your life
and just
harder.
do it. You know, a lot of people are so terrified of steeking, but what we say is just jump into it with a good attitude and it will work out beautifully. So do as we're saying and you will have no problems. Remember to check out our series of steeking. There's 4 videos on our channel. And hopefully you will be doing this in no time together with Arne and me as we do this, you know, from time to time. So everybody, it's time to leave you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in a week's time, next Sunday at 6 p.m. Central European Time. Bye.